Don't surrender your loneliness so quickly. When you do, you miss you. This is Liberated. I'm your host, Laura Christine. You know what we need more than anything in this world? We need examples. We need role models. We need to see that what we desire is possible. I want to be free. I want to be free to be who I am completely. I want to be able to go where I am told by my soul, not by society. I've done this. And when I was getting divorced my second time, I noticed a pattern. Other women were staying in relationships that were just not fitting for them. And they weren't trusting their inner knowing because we're taught not to. We're socialized to look outside ourselves for all of our answers and to see how we need to act and behave so we can be taken care of, but that's not true. The truth is, you can trust yourself, and you're the only one you can trust. I'm sharing my experience of setting myself free. I am sharing my journal, and I'm sharing the wisdom that's come through these lessons. Now, I do follow my soul. It's really different and sometimes scary, but I know when I know, and I go where I go. I'm free. I know you can be too. This is your invitation to stick around and participate in this podcast and join my VIP club. Once again, I'm Elsie, and I would love for you to be free with me. If you are new to this podcast, you're going to want to listen to the most previous episode here because I tell you why I'm sharing my journal with you, and it'll make a lot more sense. This is from January 31st, 2022. So this is day number 2. And again, I flew off of Oahu without really a plan other than to follow my soul. And I was able to stay with my friends who offered me a place to stay after I got divorced. I'm so grateful to them. And as we speak, it's now July, and things in their life have shifted so much. It's so cool to see. I might share some of that later with you, but right now we're in January of 2022 and February 1st as well. Here it is. Day number 2 in California after I got there for I didn't know how long I would be staying. I remember being homeless in Ashland. Being homeless and living on the street or beach are two different things. Just so you know, I was homeless. I was not living on the street. Right now, I am living in a home. It's just not my home. I'm a guest. Now, if someone was to ask me, where do you live? I could really only respond wherever I am. And where are you from? Minnesota, I guess, because I don't live in Hawaii right now, and I would feel like not right saying it, that I'm from Hawaii. It's interesting to be homeless. Last time I was, it felt very much anything but free. How are you free when you have no stability? And that was my experience when I did not have a place to, like a home in Ashland that I was renting. This was where I lived before I moved to Oahu. Again, listen to the episode just previous to this one. I wonder, having learned to be at home in my body, how this round will be different. I am home wherever I am. I am with myself, whoever I'm with. And I'm going to just qualify this one a little bit. The thing that got me into my body, home in myself, more than anything else ever in my whole entire life, was getting into my pelvic floor. Like, focusing on that area of my body. It just was like, oh my God, I've never been in my body before in my whole entire life. How have I been living? So the last sentence here for the 31st of January is, it's definitely time to include pelvic floor exercises or at least meditation in my routine. And I did. Going through a massive shift and transition, you're never going to feel completely stable. You shouldn't. If you do, something's wrong. Since this is such a short episode, I'm going to do February 1st, 2022. I feel behind. Okay, so this is more of just like, I want you to know that living a life of freedom and liberation isn't always cupcakes and sparkles and rainbows and unicorns. There's other things. There's human things. So this is where I was. I feel behind. I'm doing super health work and not much else. So just so you know, I work for this really awesome nonprofit called Super Health, and we are an education and training provider for professionals who work in addictions recovery, but also yoga teachers and anyone who works with those, and anyone who really is going through life changes and wants to break out of habits that are no longer serving them. Mental habits, perfectionism, codependency, and then, of course, the things that you think about as addictions like gambling and drugs and all of that. So I was doing a lot of super health work and not much else. I'm not caught up on money, which means I track my money, and I was not tracking. So I felt behind that I wasn't tracking my expenses and my income and all of that. I'm really cold. I love my friends, and it's been easy to be here, but I'm not comfortable. Sit with that for a second. It's been easy to be here, but I'm not comfortable. That sounds a little bit like an oxymoron, or is that the right term? You know what I mean, though. It seems like that shouldn't work out. If you're uncomfortable, it shouldn't be easy to be there. Or if it is easy to be there, then you should be comfortable. But no, it was easy to be there in so many ways because, again, I was home in my body, so that home was forming around me, and I felt at home, and my hosts are amazing women. But what I wasn't used to is waking up freezing and going to bed freezing. I was so uncomfortable in my body because it simply was not used to anything but near perfect weather all the time. And it really does make a difference. I'm cold. There you go. I want to dive in and podcast and coach, but I'm so invested in super health right now that it's really is happening. Maybe getting up early will help. It's just so cold. Something missing in my heart tonight has made my need of God absolutely clear. Okay, there's another song actually that I wrote that uses this poem. I'm going to recite the poem, and maybe I'll put the song, but don't get used to it. I'm not going to put a song after every single episode or into every single episode. This is actually on Spotify too, so you can just go listen to it. But it is a great song, and it's a duet with this guy that's just amazing. Anyway, here's the poem. Don't surrender your loneliness so quickly. Let it cut more deep. Let it ferment and season you as few human or even divine ingredients can. Something missing in my heart tonight has made my eyes so soft, my voice so tender, my need of God absolutely clear. That is by Hafiz, my favorite poet, a Sufi poet from long ago. I quote Hafiz a lot, and I quote Rumi every once in a while. I really love the first line. Don't surrender your loneliness so quickly. When you do, you miss you. When you're lonely, you feel like you're missing something, somebody. But when you surrender that loneliness to whatever you surrender it to, another person. I have to find somebody to be with. I have to be with people. I have to find a relationship. A lot of people will surrender their loneliness to drugs. A lot of people will surrender their loneliness to working and overworking or video games or TV. I'm in Utah right now. We'll get to that. I have been watching a lot of TV, but I have also been transforming in ways that I never would have ever expected. And it's beautiful. And there are times when I'm lonely and I'm just like, God, I really love living alone so much, but I don't love being alone all the time. And I'm leaving in a week, so I don't feel like going out and meeting friends. It just doesn't feel right. And I live by this. If it feels right, do it. If it doesn't feel right, don't. So I've been alone a lot. And I've wanted to surrender my loneliness in finding another person. But no, I've been with myself a lot. And I would rather have the loneliness and not miss myself. Okay, here's the song. It's a love song. Last I saw were your eyes full of love and a hand upon your heart. In these lonely hours, I close my eyes to see your smile. The way you live your life is like a dream, just like mine. And where life takes us, no one can tell. But sometimes I want to. Something missing in my heart tonight has made my eyes so soft and my voice so tender. Angels guide me through this space. I feel so lost. And even when I know I'm not alone, it doesn't matter much. Though you're still with me, not the same when we're apart. I remember the way I would hold you in my arms. Something missing in my heart tonight has made my eyes so soft and my voice so tender. Don't surrender your loneliness so quickly. Let it cut more deep, let it ferment and season you as few human or divine ingredients can. Something missing in my heart tonight has made my eyes so soft, my voice so tender, my need of God absolutely clear. Thank you so much for being here and being free with me. Just want to remind you that if you'd like to have daily doses of LC that I have my VIP Club LC available to you on my website, laurachristine.us. And we really allow ourselves to tune in and to be truthful with ourselves. And it's beautiful because I'm quoting the Bible here, the truth shall set you free. And if you want to be free with me and anybody else, you've got to tell the truth. Truth is freedom. When you're not truthful, you know how it feels. You've been there, I've been there, we've all been there. When we're just trying so hard to make things work for us that are not congruent with our soul. So join Club LC. It's at laurachristine.us. Let me know where you're at on your journey. Let me know what's up for you. You can contact me at the same website. Everything, laurachristine.us. Up on the upper right or in the hamburger menu on your phone, it's contact me, I think, or contact. So let me know how you're doing. I cannot wait to hear from you. Also, let me know if there's a topic that you're curious about. There's a good probability that I have actually journaled about it or done a walk and talk episode about it, which you also get access to in Club LC. It's a private feed, so it's extra to the podcast. And yeah, they're like 1 to 3 minutes each. So you can just put that on in the morning while you're brushing your teeth or making lunch for yourself in the middle of the day and get a little bit of LC vibes going on. I want you to liberate yourself from anything that is holding you hostage, all right? So be truthful, and until next time, in love and liberation, LC.